Strike number 1. It took me 5 years to learn my mother's birthday. It's 707. And I still forget her birth year from time to time. 57. Strike number 2. Last year, when I traveled to Finland, I went to see Santa Claus. And I forgot my phone in the city I stayed in Oulu. One day without the phone made me realize that I had no idea of any number that was in my phone. I couldn't call my parents, I couldn't call my friends. If suddenly I would lose my phone, I would be stranded. I'm very bad at history, of course. During high school, it took me a lot to learn all those dates, all those numbers. And this, on the other side, it gives me a bit of an advantage in the organizing field. I never forget anything because I jot everything down. But I'm not here today to talk to you about my memory. What I want to talk to you about is a new way in which you can read a book, a way in which you can never forget what you're reading. After I traveled to Finland, I came back and rushed away to another training in Lithuania, a training in youth career development. There I've met a group of Turks, one of which became my friend. I maintained the contact with her during the months after the training by playing online chess and by reading the Quran together. We read one chapter and then we commented on Facebook. We asked questions to each other on Facebook. If we had a question that we couldn't find an answer to, we asked somebody else and then told our peer the answer. Normally, if I would have read the Quran, I would have remembered 5, maybe 10 stories, and that's it. But by reading it with her, I can say across my heart that I remember most of it, maybe even 90% of it. And besides the experience of reading that book, I know how their religion combines with their tradition. What impact does it have? And a lot of other things. Things I couldn't have learned by reading the book alone. I coined this technique the paired reading technique, because once you find a partner with which you can read a book, 1 + 1 doesn't make 2. It makes a lot more. You see, when you turn the last page of a good book, it's like you've lost a friend. But using this technique, you actually keep your friend close to you and share ideas with him. And he actually reminds you of the plans that you've made while reading that book, plans that you forgot to implement. I continued reading this way the Bible, books on copywriting, on marketing, and on business. And another advantage that I realized by reading all those books was that it's another kind of networking. Normally, the mushy-mushy networking is I help you and you will help me later. Well, this is another kind. In this way, you are not actually networking. You are creating friendships around a topic of interest. And then you have a peer with which you can communicate on your topic of interest, which can help you and give you feedback on an action plan that you're implemented by reading that book. You see, a good book is like a dream that you hold in your hand. And when you turn the last page, the dream flies away. But using the paired reading technique, you keep that dream in your heart until it becomes reality. And when it's implemented, and you see all those advantages in which you read a book, not by yourself, forgetting 90% of it, but with your friends. And when you have all those 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 ideas, they are never lost. They are here until they come into your hand and become reality. Thank you.